Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 238 of Sonic Boom TV. This is a record store haul video from Euclid Records in New Orleans. I went there today. I had planned on going there this week and buying, just doing a good little run of records. Buy something good there, whatever kind of thing. And then it turned out that I spent way too much money on whatnot. I bought a record for my friend. And I was just like, I got to cut it down. Still spent a good amount of money today. But my main concern was to go there and buy some sleeves. This one's been opened and used mostly. I needed probably about 100 sleeves for stuff that I had just sitting here. And I have like 10 records coming that will not have sleeves. So I went over there and I was like, okay, I got to get at least one pack of these, but I'm probably going to get two. Well, they're $20 a bag of these for 100. These particular ones are different than what they normally carried. I think they went over to this because the thing where the bags were all this BCW product, and I like BCW for stuff. They make good stuff, but the problem with these is that they're a little bit tight, especially on gatefold covers or double LPs or whatever you want to call them. And even on some single LPs, they were kind of tight. So I don't know if there's a bigger version. This is 12 3/4 inch by 12 3/4. I don't know that. I guess the next step up would be 13, and I know that's not right. So I don't know if these are just made smaller or something. I don't know what it is, but they're not the same as the ones I've normally got from them. But I ended up getting just one bag of these for now because and I do have extras, so I'll probably be okay for the next week or so. But I decided because what I see the last thing I'll show you guys is not the last thing, but the last records is why I didn't get two bags, two packages of bags. So I looked around through their new stuff. Man, they had some stuff that I wanted in there, but it was all kind of high priced, and it just wasn't a today thing to do. For what the budget was holding. So I decided, okay, I'm not going to get any of these new releases. I'm not going to get any of the stuff that was turned in. They had Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, and Empire, and I don't think they were that expensive. Of course, I'm sure they're reissues or whatever, but I don't think they were too expensive. But I decided on something else. And then I was just like set. So I was like, okay, I'm not even going to go consider those again this time. They probably won't be there next time I go. But I've seen them there, several times. So I'll get them eventually. They're on my high list, those two albums. But anyway, so I went upstairs and looked in the dollar bin. It was really hot upstairs. It was a really hot day, and I don't think they run their air conditioning in the top part of the building because that'd get expensive in the summer. And I don't blame him, but it was hot up there, and I didn't want to. I looked through all the records, and I didn't look through the CDs. I found 2 CDs, but I didn't look very long up for that because it was getting pretty hot. But I did come out with, I think 9 or 10 records. I had more, but I put them back because they all had scratches or some kind of defect that I just didn't want to deal with. Like there was an Eagles album. I don't know which one it was. It's either black or dark blue, and it just says Eagles on the front. And it was a gatefold, and it was stuck together. And I tried to pull it apart, and it looked like if I was going to really pull it apart, it would have tore the whole inside. The record looked great, though. I should have got it just because the record was great, but I just passed on it. So anyway, what I ended up getting. Some of these have a little bit of scratches on them. Most of them are pretty clean. They just need to be properly cleaned, and a couple of them have kind of damaged covers. But I got 2 albums, which I already had, I think, 2 albums by this band, so I figured I might as well get the other 2. And that was The Babies. I got The Babies' Broken Heart and The Babies' Head First. The Babies are kind of like, I guess, a rock band from the 80s. I don't know if they're alternative rock. I don't even remember what I listened to on the other ones. I don't remember what they were, but the big thing about this band is that it's where John Waite came from, and he's the singer. This guy right here, he's on the back as well. And I don't know the others: Michael Corby, Wally Stocker, Tony Brock. Don't know those guys. This one, don't think it says the names, but it looks like the names are all the same on the. Oh yeah, they're all the same. Yeah, I thought it was giving credits on the back, but it's actually telling you who wrote the songs and played on the songs. I don't know that I know any of these songs, but I think that completes the collection because I think they had 4 albums, and I think I have 4 albums, or maybe I have a greatest hits. I don't know, but I have at least 4 things by them. The next one up is an album that I bought it on cassette in high school, and I probably haven't listened to it since high school. It was a band that I really wasn't that into, but I tried to get into them, and I bought this and I think one of their regular albums. This is like kind of like a greatest hits. It's got part of another record stuck to the front of it. It may be able to come off, but it's 38 Specials Flashback. And I remember Hold On Loosely was their hit song, and that's why I mainly got it, because I knew I liked that song. And I said, well, if I know that song, I might like some others. This is actually a BMG Direct Marketing, so Music Club version. And there's supposed to be a second record with this. It says Bonus Live EP, which was a 7-inch, I believe. It's got 4 songs on it. Not included in this one. So there is a version of it that doesn't include that. And then this version was supposed to have it, but it didn't. I don't think those songs are on my cassette. I'm going to have to find the cassette to verify. I don't think they were on there. But this one's got Back to Paradise, Hold On Loosely. If I'd been the one, Caught Up in You, Fantasy Girl, Same Old Feeling, Back Where You Belong, Teacher, Like No Other Night, and Rockin' Into the Night. And then the EP was supposed to have Roughhousing, Wild Eyed Southern Boys, Stone Cold Believer, and 20th Century Fox. I don't know if any of these are live songs, and I don't remember much about it, but I saw it. The record is in very nice condition. The cover is not so much because you see all that mess, but very, very good condition record. The next one, the last time I was there, I think it was there, I saw this album, but it had a really scratched up record in it. And then this time I found it. Cover's got a little ring wear, but the record was really nice. Julian Lennon's Velote, maybe? I don't know how you say that. But the record looks nice. I don't know what his popular song was. He had a hit song back in the 80s. I remember when I first heard of him, and maybe it was on his first album. I don't know if this is his first album or not, and I couldn't tell you what the song was. I might not even recognize it if I heard it, but hopefully it's on this, so and it'll bring back the memory. But that's a track listing on that one. But I don't know. Next up is a record that I've seen there before for very good prices, like $5 or $6 most of the time, and I never buy it, and I don't know why, because I want it and I like it, I think, but this one also has some cover damage. I don't know if this is stuck on it or torn from this one. I have to look at it better later. It looks like a piece of this cover was actually taken off. But this is the Cars Panorama. So actually this right here doesn't. Oops, sorry. This doesn't actually look so bad. Like that could actually be part of the cover almost, and it wraps around the other side. And this on the back looks like it's from another record, because right here I could peel that up if I wanted to, so I may. But this one has Touch and Go. Was the big hit, I believe, and that might be it for hits on this one. I can't remember. But I really liked the Cars back in the 80s when I was a kid. They were just a kind of a pop rock band, but everybody, I think, was into them. So, and I have plenty of Cars records, but I never had this one. So I got it. The record looks nice. Next up is one that I think some of these have original sleeves, inner sleeves as well. I should have been pulling those out. But this is a band that I remember being popular when I was a kid. I don't remember too much about them. I think I have the hit song. Did they do it? Oh, I can't remember. I think they did Freeze Frame and Centerfold with their hits. J. Giles Get Banned. Sanctuary. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure, though, that one of those songs, if not both, were theirs. This one, I don't know any of the songs. I Can Hurt You, One Last Kiss, Take It Back, Sanctuary, Teresa, Wild Man, I Can't Believe You, I Don't Hang Around Much Anymore, and Just Can't Stop Me. I do have a couple of their other albums, but I've never probably listened to them. So I'm going to pull them out, and when I go to listen to this one, I'm going to listen to all of them at the same time, and then have a little J. Giles thing going on. Next up is a band that I found their 70s hard rock band. I found their last record store day. I think I got a free album by them, and so I said, why not go for another one? And it's Jojo Gunn. This one is self-titled. No, it's not. The title's on the back. Excuse me. Bite Down Hard is it's called. There you go. I don't know any of the songs on this either, but I did like that first album. So this will be another one that I'll play both albums at the same time. That I have, get a little more familiar with this band. Good hard rock. I mean, 70s style if you're into that. The next one is a band that I really, really liked in the 90s. I don't know anybody else that liked them, but they do have a following. I don't know any personal friends or anything that were into them. They didn't really have a lot of hits, I don't think. But I think this is probably one of their bigger albums. The one before this is the one I really like. Didn't expect to see it in there. Didn't expect to find it clean. Didn't expect the cover to be in as good as condition as it is. It's a little dirty, but anyway, Bodine's Home. This one had When the Love Is Goob, I mean good. Beautiful Rain, Fire in the Hole, Good Work, No One, You Don't Get Much, Hand in Hand, Worlds Away, Far Away from My Heart, Brand New, Red River, and Beaujolais. They are like a alternative rock band, not heavy, on the lighter side of things, mild alternative rock kind of stuff. Really good though, and was surprised to see that one in there. If I could find the one before this, I think it's Black and White is the one before this. That's my favorite one, and I listened to that 1,000 times probably on the CD. Such a good album, and haven't found it. Wasn't looking for it though, but I wasn't looking for that either. But I got it because I was I got CDs of a bunch of their albums. So the next one, I found a bunch of Disney stuff, and unfortunately they were super scratched. I believe this one's scratched as well. I'll pull it out to find out because I can't remember. Yeah, it's scuffed. This one's got scuffs, but not so bad. It'll play. But this one is 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I bought this one mainly for the art, because this cover is in excellent condition. It's got 64 written on it, or 6 cents maybe. I don't know, but that red right there. But excellent condition of the cover, and I didn't really care if it's scratched. Some of the other ones they had were so scratched up, or the wrong record or whatever. I just put them back, and I don't remember exactly all the ones they were. They're not on the back of this one, but the back has others for $1.98. But really cool. I like these kind of things. These Disney ones. I got a pretty good collection going. And the other one I bought for the cover, not Disney, but also really scratched. But I bought it for the cover because my friend had just given me a comic for a new series that came out about this character. He gave me the free comic book day version of it, and it's Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man. 4 exciting stories. I bought this for the cover alone. Loved Popeye when I was a kid. There was a cartoon. I wish I had that cartoon on some kind of thing. Not VHS, but DVD or Blu-ray or something. And then the back is there's a comic strip, but no words. It just tells the names of the stories that are on here. So the record, though, however, I'm going to show you guys. It is scratched. At first, I didn't even think it was the right record, but look at that. Ooh, terrible scratch. If this plays, it'll be amazing. There's a horrible scratch that goes across right there. I'm going to take a toothpick to this and try to work out some of that stuff before I even play it, but I can tell you this is going to skip. It's going to pop. It's going to crackle. It's going to be terrible. But it's Popeye. So I don't know if these stories came from a cartoon or if they were done just for this. It's King Features. But I loved Popeye when I was a kid. And now that my friend gave me that free comic book day comic, I'm going to have to go find the series that come out. This is a new series. And I don't know if it's out yet or not. But it looks fun. The font was so small and I couldn't hardly read it. It was killing me. I just did that right before I started this video. That's why my video started late tonight, because I was fighting with this 24-page comic book that it took me like almost 2 hours to read because the font was so small. And I'm not saying because I'm getting old, my eyes are going bad. It was like 4-point text or less, and that is not readable. I do this for a living, guys. So I got those, and I was at, that's like $10, and I was like, there's boxes of CDs underneath. They're all $1 as well. And it was so hot up in there, guys. I was like, oh man, I don't really want to do this. I don't want to. And if I bend down, like I'm on the floor right now, it's hard for me to get up because my back is bad. My knees aren't so great either. When I try to get up, I'm good when I'm walking, but when I try to get up and get down, it's not fun. It doesn't look good. But I saw 2 CDs right on the top of the box. It was right below where I was, and that is a Clutch album. I've always I saw Clutch live one time. They opened for Marilyn Manson of all bands. This is the Elephant Riders, which I think is supposed to be one of their better albums, if not best. I don't know, but I don't know what version this is because there's apparently like some hidden songs or something like that, and they're different on I think there's 3 different possibilities you can get. I think one of them has 1 song, one of them might have 2 songs. I think the Japanese version has 3 songs. I don't know, some kind of craziness. But I couldn't find out which one I had on Discogs because I don't know what song it is, and I haven't put it in my computer yet to see if it'll pull up the names. So that's my first Clutch album. I never had any Clutch albums before. I've heard them, and some of them, like not the whole album, but I've heard songs, and I've heard of them for sure because I saw them live, a long time ago. But anyway, the other one I found is a band that I've never heard, but I heard of, and I couldn't remember who was in it. I knew it was somebody famous. It's called Mudcrutch. I knew it was somebody famous, but I wasn't sure who it was. And when I opened it up, of course, saw Tom Petty right there. So it's Tom Petty is the main famous person, and then there's a couple other people that I know the names, but I don't know exactly where they're from. I think Mike Campbell is Mike and the Mechanics, who was also Genesis, I believe. I think that's who Mike Campbell is, but I could be wrong. Then there's Randall Marsh on drums. I don't know him. Benmont Tench is another person that's famous. I don't know who he's with, but he's the piano and organ lead vocal on 1 song. Then Tom Leador, the lead guitar, left speaker only. Mike Campbell is on lead guitar and right speaker, and so Tom Petty is bass of all things, and backing vocal, lead vocal on all tracks except the 1. So this ought to be fun to check out. I'd heard of it, but I don't know much about them, and I don't know if they had any more albums than that one. So then I go back downstairs, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to get my bags. I'm going to get 2 packs of bags, and I'm going to get these dollar bin, records and these 2 CDs, and I'm going to get the heck out of here. So I don't know what made me do it. There was a pretty girl in there, but she was with somebody, so that I wasn't gonna get her phone number or nothing like that. Not that I can get anybody's phone number anyway, but I walked around and I wasn't ready to check out. I guess because I hadn't been there in a while. Really, that's probably the real reason. And so I walked around a little bit and looked around and stuff, saw some things that I wanted, but kind of expensive on a lot of ends, and I just wasn't feeling it, and it's like, okay, because I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and I still spent a lot of money, and I could because I went over to the L section, and I was gonna look at LA Guns to see if they had the first 2 albums, but I know those would be expensive, or the first 3 albums, I should say. It would be real expensive if they did have them. Well, I never got to LA Guns because when I got to the L, the first thing I saw was L7. And I was like, oh, I need to see if they have something of L7s there. Well, they did have something of L7s, the one I want. Finally got the one I want in there. And that's Bricks Are Heavy. That's the album it's the 30th anniversary, too. Jeez. Getting old, guys. 30th anniversary of Bricks Are Heavy. I never owned this album. I have MP3s of most of this album. I never had the whole thing. I have the greatest hits thing that was the Slash years, I guess, and it has a couple songs from this. The Pretend We're Dead. I think it has Shit List. Everglade, I think. I have like maybe 5 songs on MP3s, and then I have maybe 3 or 4 songs on that album. But I wanted the whole thing. I've been wanting it for 100 years, 30 years at least, and I just never got it. I could never find it on CD. Every time I saw it, there was something preventing me from getting it. And I never saw it on vinyl, but I'm talking about CD. And whatever it was preventing me from getting it didn't stop me today. It was $29.99. Gonna open it up real quick. And I think I'm missing just the 2 newer albums, like whatever the new one. I think the new one was like Rat Race or something like that, and then the one Happy Days or something, where they're like wearing a Frankenstein mask or something on the front cover. I think I'm just missing those 2, and then I have all the L7 stuff. But we got an inner sleeve printed with got lyrics and some artwork, band logo right there. Each song has some artwork with it, kind of cool. We've got the L7 logo on that, orange and pink. And then we've got the band on that side, orange and pink. And it says Licorice Pizza. Is it pizza? Licorice Pizzoo. Pizzoo Records. I thought this was a Slash. Maybe that's a new company that put it out to reissue it, because I'm pretty sure this was a Slash. Manufactured in Poland. I don't know. Hope it sounds good. I'm sure it will. And then the other was the L7 reissue of their debut album, which I almost bought last time I was there, and I didn't buy it. And it's a great price for $22.99. All albums should be $22.99. Let's turn it this way. Got a cool photo of the band playing live many years ago. The hand logo again. The guy at the record store told me, because I told him I hadn't heard this album before, and he started telling me a story. He goes, "Do you know what that first song means?" And I had said, "I don't know. I've never heard the album." And the first song is called "Bite the Wax Tadpole," and he said that name comes from when Coca-Cola was expanding internationally, and now I'm gonna forget. I think it's China. It's either China or Japan. He said, "Well, the word Coca-Cola, I means bite the wax tadpole or something." So it's like the only place in the world that Coca-Cola had to change their name because of something like that. So I don't know what Coca-Cola is called there, but that was interesting. So I'm going to look that story up to verify the truth of it. I'm sure he wasn't lying to me, but I just want to know like more details of it. So this one doesn't have any inner sleeve or anything, or any kind of print. It's got white inner, black record. This one is on Epitaph, so I might not have any of these songs if this was originally an Epitaph album. I don't know, but now I've had several of the others on vinyl and CD, like what's the one? Triple Platinum, The Beauty Process, Hungry for Stink, the one with Andre on it, whatever that one's called. I think I had 3 or 4 on vinyl, and probably that 3 or 4 on CD, but never have I had either this one or this one on vinyl or CD. So now I'm happy that I have those. Very good deal. So after talking to the record store people a little bit, decided it was time to go, and I look into their little bin that they have right by the door. It's like a free stuff, you know. Sometimes there's records, sometimes there's tapes, sometimes there's CDs, sometimes there's people's old VHS tapes, you know, just whatever kind of stuff, magazines, posters, whatever. First thing I saw was this. I thought it was a record at first because I saw it like that, but this is a little booklet from Toyo Kasei, 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 and it's kind of like the process of making a record, and it just kind of goes, you know, a little into it a little bit, step by step, of what they do to make a record, you know, and it's. I thought it was kind of a neat little book, you know. It's an advertisement, I'm sure, but interesting little thing, and it's in English, so that's great. I guess you get to pick your colors, or your plates, I should say, and pressing, and it's probably just like kind of like defining every little part of it. Kind of neat little thing, you know. Most people would have just passed it by. Then, they gave me another Euclid sticker. And then this is a cool one because it's, he opened a pack of these for me and gave me one. So I got the first one at the back. Euclid records with the boombox and some other things. There's bullets and flowers and instruments and other stuff in there. And then there was another Record Store Day one I found in the box. And in the box, I also found, I got 2 of them. I didn't realize I had 2. 2 of these. Sawstex Records, which got a little alligator or dinosaur kind of character. Never heard of them. Then there was this CD that is, it's something local. It says, it's Well Kept Secret, The Return of the CD Sampler, Fall 2024 edition. I don't know anything. It says Well Kept Secret is a music company based in New Orleans. Has the Rumble on it. Carver. Sorry, my foot's falling asleep again. Carver Commodore. Gold Connection. Max Bean Khan. Ben Ailman. Heidi Feek. Taylor Hollingsworth. The Great Dying. And Sister Ray Davies. Everybody on here's got 2 songs except Heidi Freak and Sister Ray Davies, so they both have 1. So interesting little CD. I got 2 of these because they were stuck together because this plastic thing was popped up and they were like back to back. I didn't realize that one. And then the other thing I got 4 of because I didn't realize that they were different. I wanted to get 2 because I wanted to give one away. Of 2 of each, but I was going to give one away. But it turns out that they were exactly the same, just in there. One was in there upside down and backwards. So this is a little CD. I mean, a little record, 47-inch. I believe it's on black. Well, yeah, black vinyl. That it's called the Back Row EP. I don't know who the artist is. Maybe the Back Row. Origins. Good credit. Shine box. And bonus. And they say the beats per minute is 70 beats per minute, 88 beats per minute, 86 beats per minute, and 80 beats per minute. So, I don't know. Live bass, live brass, keys, percussion. So this is probably some kind of jazz sort of something or other. But when I got it, when I saw them, there was a huge box of them. There was probably 100 of them, 200 of them maybe. Some of them were in like this. Some of them were in like that from the way I could see them. And some of them were in like upside or like that. So when I saw them, saw that, and I saw that from on the top. And so and they were, and like I said, one of them was facing, and one of them was facing this way. So I kind of flipped it, and I saw it, and it looked different on the other one. So I grabbed 2, and I went and got in my car, and I also got two. Well, I got 3 copies of Sorry. I shouldn't have got 3. I feel bad for doing it, but they're free, and they've been in there several times. There's a band called Rot. It's a hard rock, heavy metal band, and I got 3 friends that would probably be into that kind of stuff. So I grabbed one for each of them, and I'm going to send them. I'm going to try. 2 of them are in New Zealand. So I'm going to try to send it to them sometime in the near future, and my friend in Canada. So I'm going to send all 3 of those out. So they're going to a good cause, but I don't try to abuse the free bin box too much. This was an accident. I really didn't mean to grab 4. I meant to grab, no. Well, I did mean to get 4, so I'm good on this one. This one because I didn't want to give 2 away. I don't know who I'm going to give them to yet because I don't know what it is. But I thought it was 2 different things. So now I got 3 extra copies. So now I'm going to give away 3 of them instead of 2. So anyway, that is all I got at Euclid. I kind of rambled there for a second. That was my Euclid collection of stuff. And so I'm going to end this video and then start one more that's going to have a ton of new records from Whatnot. And I think they're all from Whatnot. I think most of them, there goes my light. I think most of them are from VC Vinyl, but we'll see once we get to that video. So that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later.